Alright, man, here's the new video now. It's gonna be 15 reasons why Colby Chaos Covington and Mumble Mouth Leon Edwards Scissorhands is not gonna be a close fight whatsoever. It's gonna be a big discrepancy, a far wide margin between the two of these guys, and it's evident. Reason number 15. Leon Edwards is way bigger than Colby Covington. Now, look, I don't know what the hell is happening to Leon Edwards, but he has become big as hell, like way more muscular in the past few years, and taller too. Like, he's got taller. Like, if you see pictures of him standing next to Usman through the years, he just keeps getting taller and taller than Usman. It's crazy. But if you see Usman next to Colby Covington, Usman dwarfs Colby. He just looks like a bigger guy than Colby by a lot. Leon dwarfed Usman. He looked like a bigger guy than Usman, not by a lot because Usman is a unit, but it was noticeable, right? It was like, damn, Leon is really out here like way bigger than this guy. By those calculations, Leon will be way bigger than Colby Covington. In order for Colby to win, he must impose his will. And one of the things that help him impose his will is the fact that he sometimes has a physical advantage over his opponents. Like Masvidal, all right? Masvidal is not the smallest guy, but he was a lightweight that came up from lightweight to welterweight. Most of these guys that he's beat are kind of like that. Like, the size difference is going to play a big role in this, and I think it's going to help Leon win the fight. So, yeah, obviously, Leon Edwards is going to beat Colby Covington. I don't got to make a prediction. This is my official prediction. Leon Edwards will beat Colby Covington, and it will not be a close fight whatsoever. That was reason number 15. Leon is way bigger than him. Reason number 14. Usman beat Colby 2 times. All right. Now, why that's important is because, number one, everybody acts like Colby is such a great fighter because he had close fights with Usman. Like, he lost those fights. You know who did not lose those fights, which is reason number 13? Leon did not lose fights to Usman. Now, he did lose one fight to Usman, but that was way back in the day. And he came back and beat him twice. So you have Usman beating Colby twice, Leon beating Usman twice. The MMA math, I know it doesn't make sense sometimes, but come on, bro. Like, this is actually pretty damning, all right? How is it, like, so coincidental? Like, this guy beats him twice, and Leon beats him twice. There is no way Colby can beat him. But maybe that's not convincing enough off the rip. We get a little deeper into the Usman math, all right? Reason number 12. Usman finished Colby. I know some people were like, oh, early stoppage, Mark Goddard type shit, back of the head strikes, but the fact of the matter is he finished him, all right? Now, I'm not the biggest Mark Goddard fan, but this is a more respectable stoppage than any of Paul Tan's stoppages, and it counts, all right? But why that's relevant is because reason number 11, Leon finished Usman. Yeah, you can be like, oh, the fight was close, but at the end of the day, Leon put Usman out bad. He knocked him the fuck out. And that's coming from a big Usman fan, all right? I like Usman. He's one of my favorites. To me, he's like the embodiment of a fucking gladiator, right? The guy Usman is a beast. When he got knocked out by Leon Edwards, I really could not believe my eyes. I was seeing this shit, but I was thinking that I was dreaming of some shit. I could not believe my eyes whatsoever. Like, the way that he knocked him out was actually freakish and scary because most of the time, Usman just kind of tumbled like a goddamn building or some shit. It was like, just kind of fell block for block because he's built like a fucking block building, all right? So he just kind of fell block for block and fell down. Like, that's crazy. Pound for pound, block for block, all right? Colby would never do that, all right? Colby could never do that. It's impossible for him to do that. Like, he had 10 rounds to try to do that, and none happened. Leon needed 8 rounds. Yeah, he got his ass kicked majority of them rounds, but he knocked him the fuck out. It is what it is. Again, Usman finishes Colby, Leon finishes Usman. Move on from the Usman topic, which leads us to reason number 10. There is no danger with Colby Covington. Again, Leon almost murdered Kamaru Usman. That's coming from me, big Usman fan. I was scared for that man's life. Colby Covington has never done anything that made me scared for another man's life. Like, the reason why Leon, at least one of the reasons why Leon was fighting a little conservative against Usman in all of their fights pretty much is because Kamaru Dean Usman is a beast. He knocks motherfuckers out, all right? Like, he knocked out a nigga that dropped Colby, all types of shit, made him crotch sniff for 25 minutes and put the fans to sleep and all that. He put him to sleep, all right? Jorge Masvidal, bah, knocked the fuck out. That's danger, all right? There is a danger with Kamaru Usman. That's why Leon was not flashing out on him. When it comes to Colby Covington, Leon could literally go in there and do whatever the fuck he wants without a care in the world. There is zero danger to this man. He has negative knockout power. Negative. It's worse than zero. He could hit a fly and the fly wouldn't even acknowledge it. All right, we move on to reason number 9. Leon Edwards will be ready for the pressure. The pressure cooker, the pressure washer, Joe Rogan, glazing ass, talking about some. He really uses his cardio like a weapon in that octagon. This guy is just freaky. He has endless cardio. Look, the machine is a better version of him. All right, first off, all I'm saying is Colby is not going to win a fight off of pressure against Leon Edwards. Leon has had a whole year pretty much just training specifically for this pressure bullshit because it's the only thing that could bring any danger to his belt. You mean to tell me this man has had all these months to train for a man's fuck ass pressure that he almost dealt with a similar thing against Usman? I know Usman is not as like frantic and doing all types of shit as Colby, but it's kind of like the same shit. They're all trying to push you against the cage so they can crotch sniff you to death. He dealt with that for 2 years now. For 2 years, it's been training for a similar thing, which is the whole pressure bullshit. If he walks in there and just gets overwhelmed by this mythical pressure, he deserves to lose. He's had a ridiculous amount of time to train for this pressure shit and just to figure out how to not be put in the corner. No Ian Gary type shit. And not to be pushed against the cage and shit. Like, he's going to figure out ways how to stop this pressure bullshit. He's one of the guys that is actually good at creating angles in the UFC. Like, if this man, Colby Covington, just goes running at him, drilling at him, and shit, and doing all that dumbass shit that he be doing, he's gonna cut a corner, get a wide open shot on Colby Covington, spazzing out, doing overhands and shit, and blast him with light him up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be ready for this pressure shit. But if he's not ready for this pressure shit, then yeah, he could lose. But if he is even a small smidgen training specifically for that pressure dumbass shit, he is going to smoke him without even a doubt. And we move on to reason number 8, which is Leon might be a little less bitchy this time, alright? He doesn't have to be not a bitch whatsoever. He just needs to be a little less bitchy. Because this is what I mean by him. Leon Rockyman Edwards, even though that's my son, his coach's name had to walk in there and smack him up a little bit. Talking about, hey, you're letting him bully your son. Hey, you're feeling sorry for your fucking self, Leon Rockyman, yeah? Like, them niggas, like, them Jamaican niggas had to go in there and fucking threaten shooting this man up just so he could stop feeling sorry for himself. That's insane to me, right? He's a whole UFC fighter. So, he does have a little bit of a bitch inside of him. However, that little bit of a bitch could have been because Usman is really that guy, all right? If it's just a little less of a bitch, he's going to have this shit in the bag. All you gotta do is stay off the cage, stop fucking hanging out by the cage and shit, getting crotch sniffed, get off the fucking cage, create angles, fucking cook him. And then we move on to reason number 7, which is Colby barely has any countable wins. Again, he barely has any countable wins. This has been hammered down by motherfuckers on social media. I don't gotta go too in depth. The man has 0 wins over ranked contenders. 0. Not a damn win over any ranked contender whatsoever. Like, come on. Most of the people that he's beat in the past few years are all either retired or cut from the company. I see people on the internet just straight up disregarding all this shit, talking about, oh, Colby, I just feel that Colby is gonna. You just feel that Colby is gonna. You're gay. You're gay. In real life, we go off of factual information. There is no facts that back up the fact that Colby should even stand a chance. He has no wins over anybody. Literally, that could be a literal statement. Like, most of the people that he beat are cut from the company or they just retired because they were too old. He beat up old little guys that retired or are too shitty to stay in the company. They got chopped. They got put on the chopping block. Barely any countable wins. The only countable win that you could give him is, I guess, I don't even know, Rafael dos Anjos? I guess. I mean, everybody beats Rafi. Tyron Woodley, he was going through his midlife crisis, which is still continuing. Like, That's barely a countable win, even though it's a former champion. I'm just saying, like, he didn't even retire. He got cut because he was losing too fucking much. And we move on to reason number 6, which is Leon has better grappling than him. A lot of people are going to be casuals and be like, oh, this is a classic grappler versus striker match. No, it's not. No, it's not. Leon has better grappling than him. He has better grappling than Colby. I know they give him a fuck-ass black belt. They're just handing those motherfuckers out. They give Connor a black belt. They're just handing out black belts to random people. Like, a black belt doesn't mean shit to me personally. I'm just going to go ahead and say a lot of these guys get these black belts and they start crying and, oh, man. A black belt is an opinionated thing. A black belt doesn't mean shit. It's some old Brazilian dork's opinion that, now you're good enough to get a black belt. Let me give you a black belt. You've rubbed your ass up against enough dudes' dicks to get this right here black belt. Put it on. Put it on. That right there will scare all the bitches away from you. That's exactly what that means to me, alright? So a black belt don't mean shit. I don't even know what belt Leon is, but I just know he's a better grappler than Colby. He got Usman's back in like 2 seconds when he took him down. And he actually took down Usman, which Colby technically never took him down, even though he actually did take him down sometimes. That didn't count them. Point is, Leon is more of a threat on the ground than Colby. Colby is not a threat on the ground. You saw him against Jorge Masvidal, like, trying to fucking get a neck crank off of him. Like, he couldn't find his neck and shit. He was just kind of hanging onto his chin. This guy's pitiful on the ground. Like, all that control time and not even, like, a proper submission attempt. Reason number 5, which is Colby is not that much better at wrestling than Leon. I count wrestling credentials more than jiu-jitsu credentials and black belts and all that bullshit. But the thing is, MMA wrestling is a totally different thing. Like, George St. Pierre never wrestled, like, properly wrestled ever. But he was taking everybody down. Like, it doesn't really matter what you did in real wrestling. MMA wrestling is a totally different thing. Now, Colby still has great MMA wrestling because he's effective. He takes people down. But most of the time, he's gonna, like, crotch sniffing them, like, laying his head against their dicks and shit. I'm telling you, if they go and start scrambling, don't be surprised if Leon ends up getting the better of him in, like, a straight-up wrestling scramble in MMA. I mean, it's totally different thing. Colby, I still give him the edge a little bit. He's, like, more, like, technical with the wrestling and shit. But my son Leon, don't sleep on his wrestling. His wrestling is great. But we move on to something that I'm very certain of, which is reason number 4. Leon has way better striking than Colby. It's not even close. Way better striking. Way better. He actually understands what he's doing. He's being coherent with his striking. Colby has zero idea of what he's doing when he's throwing, flailing his arms and legs in the sky and shit. He's just looking to, like, confuse his opponent enough to where they go against the cage so they can fucking cross-neck them. Alright? Leon, he's actually good at striking. Whenever he exits the clinch, he's like, pop, elbow, pops niggas. He pops niggas. There is no pop in Colby. I should have thrown this one right here too. Like, Colby Covington has some of the slowest twitch muscle fibers we've ever seen. All right, he's like throwing shit underwater. Like, he really moves like welterweight Dracus Duplessis, if you think about it. All right, straight up like retarded drunk man underwater type shit. Just he throws kicks sometimes, the lousiest looking kicks of all time. Just raises his leg in the air and shit. Like, he's very shitty. He has a vague understanding of just chucking shit. Alright, he just chucks shit at the wall and hopes something lands. And I already said there is no danger to him for real. Leon is going to pick him apart at any type of range. Long range is going to be kicking him. Boxing range is going to be punching the shit out of him. Elbow range is going to be getting the better of him, the elbows and shit. I'm pretty sure he actually has longer arms than him too. He got longer reach and shit. He definitely has longer legs. He's definitely more athletic. It's going to be a beat down on the feet. Colby better hope they get in a wrestling fucking scramble, because that's the only chance that he has. On the feet, it's cooked for him. It's not even close. It's not even close. We move on to reason number 3, which is Colby Covington has been out for 26 years. He's literally been out for like 26 years. He ain't fought since, I don't even remember when he fought. I think he last fought like January of 2022. Like, this, he did not fight not one time in 2023, not even like an exhibition fight, not at all, like nothing. Sat out for 18 months, that's what they say. In my opinion, it's 26 years. I know a lot of people are like, ring rust is not a thing and shit like that, but I mean, I'm telling you, like, This man has been training for Usman, grinding his ass off, fighting. He's been fighting at one point the pound for pound number one guy. Like, you cannot just come off of a win over George freaking Masvidal 18 months ago, sit out for the whole year, and come back and beat a man who beat the pound for pound. Like, come on, man. You guys stop being ridiculous. Everybody picking Colby. You are actually being ridiculous. You're a ridiculous fucking guy, and you're funny. You're a funny guy because you're saying this shit with a straight face. You're a great actor, too. There is no way you can possibly be dumb enough to really believe that Colby Covington has stands a chance, like holds a candle. It's not even close. His last win was George freaking Masvidal in 2022. Beginning of 2022. Come on, man. Come on now, dog. But we move on to reason number 2, which is Colby got a questionable chin, all right? He was getting dropped by 78-year-old George Masvidal. George Masvidal, he was halfway out the door. He's still dropping you. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy to me. Like, one leg out the door, he still has enough leverage to drop this chinny chin nigga. Fucking 50-44 in the soda and all types of shit. But hey, that 50-44 in the soda also came with a side of getting your ass dropped, because he got dropped to a knee. He always gets dropped to a knee. Like Conor McGregor was saying to Dustin Poirier back in the day, hey, come on, Dustin, you get fucking wobbled. You get dropped to a knee every fucking fight, yeah? Like, same shit. Like, this man gets dropped to a knee every fight. Usman dropped him to a knee twice. And before that, Usman fucking put him on his ass and finished him. He has a questionable chin. I'm not willing to say his chin is terrible, but I'm just saying, if Leon swings one of them legs and blasts him, he could be out for 50 years. If Leon just catches him with an elbow or a punch or some shit, he could drop him and then it will finish him on the ground. But yeah, his chin is very questionable. Definitely a worse chin than Leon. I've seen some clip of Leon getting wobbled by Nate Diaz and shit on Twitter. Like, your Twitter motherfuckers are dumb as shit. Like, first off, Nate Diaz punches harder than Colby Covington. Second off, that's Leon still on his feet, kind of like fucking wobbled. Colby literally gets dropped on a knee every fight. What the fuck are y'all saying? That, oh, how can Leon beat Colby? He gets wobbled by Nate Diaz. This motherfucker got dropped by fucking Jorge Masvidal. Y'all are acting like getting wobbled is worse than literally getting dropped to a knee in the 4th round against George Masvidal when you've been cross-sniffing him the whole fight. Again, his chin is very questionable. So if I was to give a real prediction, which I'm going to give next week, I'm probably going to say Leon by KO. All right, Leon by KO. I'll get in more detail in my prediction video. But we got to move on to reason number 1, which is Colby doesn't even believe he's going to win, all right? Like, there is people putting money on this guy. He doesn't even believe he's going to win. Like, my son, Bedtime MMA, one of my favorite YouTubers, like, funny-ass nigga, like, he really thinks that Colby is going to win. He really, like, him and a whole bunch of other guys believe that Colby is going to win. I saw some comment somewhere where a little kid was like, I just have a feeling Colby is going to... What the fuck do you mean you just have a feeling? Like, what makes you think that your feelings have anything to do with the outcome of the fight? The fuck is wrong with you? But again, like, he doesn't believe he's going to win. He himself, like, I've seen videos where he's like putting on this whole spiel about Leon Scissorhands Edwards, I'm going to beat you 1776. He does not believe none of this shit. You look in his eyes, there is a blank look in his eyes. He's out here to collect a paycheck, a great big paycheck. They stacked the shit out of this card. A great big paycheck for his last title shot ever. He could still stick around and fight some other guys and like Dustin Poirier or some shit. But when it comes to like being a title contender, like, this is it. Like, this is wraps for him. He doesn't even deserve the one that he's getting right now, but he's getting it nonetheless because, he made weight for a backup fight. Like, that is the dumbest reason to get a title shot. But hey, he's getting one. He's happy about it. He's more excited to like fight in front of the president or whatever. Like, he's more excited to just show up and like have a fight and just like play Kurt Angle's theme song and carry around the American flag, go out there, get his ass kicked, collect a great paycheck, have a little speech at the end about being delusional about his loss, and then go on and fight some other guys that cannot get title shots. That's gonna be him, and he knows that. Like, he does not. It's not convincing nowadays. There is no conviction with his words that I see in this video. Nothing, just deadpan. Oh, I'm going to win because I'm America's champion. 1776. He just says shit that he practiced. Like, he does not believe none of this shit, and that's telling. Like, at least back in the day when he was talking shit about George Masvidal and Usman, he seemed like he really believed that he could beat those guys. He does not seem like he cares about winning this fight to begin with. Even if he was to care, he would know that he's not going to win. And that's it for the video. Like and subscribe. I'm out.